Curious Shadeslay VA has merch now. Go check out the Redbubble store, just check it out. Thanks a lot.
Oh, my gem. Hey. Huh? What is it? Oh. Reading? Yes. No, I'm reading a story. It's a mystery novel. Actually, you could consider it a short story, not a novel. Yes. Well, I could start at the beginning, if you would like. Really? All right. Let me see then. All right. Here we are. All right. Sit close to me and... Oh. You were already there. All right. I love you too. But if you want me to read, I need to have my mouth free. All right. Okay. This story is called The Waffle Maker. I know it sounds a little strange, but I think it's good. Let me read it. I can't see it, Gran, I shouted at the floorboards of the attic. It should be in the left corner, maybe on top of the boxes, she called back sweetly. I cursed myself as I ran into another cobweb on my left. It was my fault that I suddenly craved waffles, and accidentally told this to my very old, very sweet grandma. Now I was on my fours, deep in decades worth of dust and junk, in an attic that has never been cleaned in its existence. I itched to scrub down every inch of it and organize it to my satisfaction. I didn't even want the waffles anymore, but I didn't want to hurt my grandma. I held the flashlight in my mouth and was sifting through a pyramid of boxes when I spotted the yellow of a round metal sitting on the top of the mound. I think I see it! Is it yellow? Yes, that's it! She clapped excitedly. I chuckled lightly and grabbed the iron and pulled. The cord was stuck between boxes and brought them all down with a crash. Below me there was a shout of concern. Are you okay, Sue? Yeah, I coughed, digging myself out of all the junk. But I made a mess here. I'll sort it out, Gran. Oh, don't worry about it, Sue. Nobody even goes there. Just come down carefully. Torn between her words and the desire to bring a hose to this room, I climbed back down to my waiting grandma. Really? I said, handing her the waffle maker. I'll be happy to clean the attic, Gran. Nonsense! I will not make my grandchild work when she is visiting me after so long. Leave it. I'll get someone to do it. Come on, I'll make your waffles. What are we doing? My grandpa What are we doing? My grandpa peeked into the kitchen. Waffles! I shouted, holding up the piece I was about to eat. He reached over and let me feed it to him. I keep messing them up, my grandma whimpered. Whatever are you saying, honey? He replied, trying to chew the rock-hard piece. These are as good as ever. Yeah, Gran, I agreed aggressively, surrounded by a bunch of half-burned, half-cooked batches. These are the best waffles I've ever had. They're not bad. I trailed under her gaze. That's it. I'm done with trying to make them. Get dressed, Sue. We're going to the cafe. With that, she turned away from the messy kitchen, undoing the apron as she left the room. Chuckling, my grandpa reached for a burnt piece of waffle on my plate. She was never good at baking, he said with his mouth full. I smiled admiringly as he picked up another piece. I had had too many waffles to ever look at another. At the existence of Grandma, however, I carried 2 more for later. I resolved to never tell her again if I am craving any food. When we reached back home, I declared that I was going to sleep and headed to my father's old room. I settled in my bed for a siesta, wrapping myself in a blanket like a cocoon. I closed my eyes, comfortable in the soft bed and lazy with gluttony. Then I thought of the attic. I looked up at the ceiling. It was right above me, junk strewn all over, getting dirtier by the minute. I shook my head and closed my eyes again. I'm here to relax, I told myself, and Grandma probably doesn't want me snooping around. I turned to my side and lulled myself, putting away the images of the dingy, dust-covered room, with rotting wood, rusting metal, walls of cobweb, and centuries-old spider decaying everywhere. Did I just hear a mouse scurrying around? Darn it, I said softly, getting up. I couldn't hear either of my grandparents anywhere. Perhaps they went to take a nap too. I picked a broom and a dustpan and tiptoed back to the attic. The stairs of the attic were still down, so I did not create any noise as I climbed up. There was no bulb there, but the flashlight I was using earlier was still on the floor. Okay, I thought to myself, I'll just clean the floor, remove the cobwebs, and go back. I put the flashlight in my mouth and started gathering the boxes I had knocked over earlier. I gathered loose sheets of paper, notebooks, and diaries in the box. Overwhelmed by fastidiousness, I didn't pay attention to what I was putting away till a piece of paper fluttered down from a diary. I picked it up and saw that it was a very old black and white photograph of a couple standing close to each other. Holding it closer, I saw that the man was a very young grandpa. Excitedly, I looked at the woman, although she didn't look like my grandma at all. Thinking of asking Grandpa about her later, I tucked the photo in my pocket and started to look at the contents, curiously, for more photos. I spent more than an hour looking around. I pulled out the photo out of my pocket, quite forgetting about the dust and the cobwebs, and climbed down the stairs. The woman in the photo stood arms in arms with my grandpa, and they were laughing happily at the photographer. I turned the photo around, and my heart jumped to find handwritten words there. Dear John, I wish I had returned your love in the past, but lately I long to be closer than apart. So if you'll still have me, I happily give you all my heart. Yours truly, Ellie. The 8th of October, 1964. I read the words again and again, not sure how to feel. I had definitely crossed a threshold of privacy, but the photo had fueled me in curiosity beyond measure. I kept going back to the photo, looking at the man I called Grandpa and the woman I knew nothing about. I longed to know about the woman. How did my grandpa know her? And how did he come to marry Grandma? Oh. And with that, there asleep. Sleeping peacefully as well. Sleep well, my gem.